There was a name called Jack, and his name was Jack, not for jackass, just Jack. And this is a story about Jack and his big beanstalk, color green. Weight is very, very weightless. The beans are weightless, and there's about, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 pieces per beans. And the story goes that Jack and the Beanstalk had a beanstalk, and one day he wanted a favor for an exchange for another favor. So he stepped out the door, and he took his cow with him. They walked down the street. They saw a man standing there and asked if this would change my cows for your beans. So they exchanged the cows and the beans, and Jack was happy. He got some beans in his hands. Then he decided to take a walk eastward from west back to his house. He walked in the door. His mayonnaise said, "Jack, you son of a bitch, you fool you. Why did you trade the cow for these little beans? I don't like your attitude, you shitty. You piss me off. You make me want to look at a duck and pray like a pig. So I'm going to take these beans and shove them down the window sill there." And they splattered all over the grass, the green beans. Well, approximately about half a year later, this beanomania between you and me became a big beanomania. It got as high as about as high as it can be at the tip, at the top, and there was the big bean tree. They had a lot of beans, greens, and collard green beans too. So Jack decided to go up the window and, with his shoes and his gloves, he had a tight rope too to climb all the way up to the tip of the beanstalk. He thought he was some kind of a yellow bird or something at the top because he was really high and everything. But most likely he looked out the window, out through the beanstalk at the top, and saw a house and a lady facing eastward from the west where he was standing on the beanstalk there. So he decided to go rendezvous and take a trip and meet this woman. She was tall, skinny, wavy, with a double chin and beady blue eyes. And she talked to her, and she talked to her about giving him a little bit of something to feast on. And she gave him some casserole with corn and some turkey and gravy on the mushrooms. So Jack wanted to please himself with her. So she asked, "You can't do this for this. My big green giant husband wouldn't allow to do that kind of stuff. Trade my beans for your corn, you know. So I'm going to slap you in the face and whip your ass with a paddle, and I'm going to make you understand that exchanging isn't always the answer with beans. It's just giving beans for a gift, like for a beanstalk or a bean bag or bing, 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 you know." So Jack, he hurried up and ran down the street out of her house before her husband came, because she knew that he didn't want no intruders in her house or anything like that, you see. So next time you go in somebody's house and pronouncing it with beans and seeing who you are or claim who you've been or becoming who you are, don't do that, because you may assume something that make an ass out of you and me. So after that, Jack returned, and he went back home to his mayonnaise and said, "Mommy Mayonnaise, I came here home to return. I found some more beans. I'm going to go up the street on my with the cow. I'm going to ride it all the way down the street on top of this cow. And there, lay before my eyes was a big, big pond of a lake. The first thing that caught my eye, I knew one clue I had. I had to look at this goldfish. It was really nice. It was cute. It had like a flounder fish. It was puffy and meaty on each side and as stupid as a gold fleece. So in exchange, with these beans were magical. They turned me into gold. They gave me a trumpet and a gold harp." Jack and the Beanstalk was trying to take something from the big green monster. But the green monster, he had one eye open and one eye closed while I was sleeping. So he spotted Jack and the Beanstalk with his big red nose being out in the cold coming into my home. So then I just laid up, I took a hose and I pointed in Jack's face and squirted with water all over his face so that would distract him from keeping his eye on my gold. Don't you ever come into my home again and do that kind of stuff. We don't accept this kind of garbage and dialogue, and I'm not going to trade this for that, but I'll exchange those beans for that gold. So Jack, he found himself some gold. He ran away, went back home, and inside the bag he found a harp and a trumpet. They lived happily ever after. God bless you.